Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham briefing from Monday, the 16th of September, 2024. We'll start, as per usual, looking at the synoptic. This is yesterday at lunchtime with a high pressure sort of building across the sort of southern end of the country, and a cold front very slowly moving southwards. If we look at midnight last night, that cold front was over the top, and indeed it started raining about 9:30, 10 o'clock last night. And the cold front is cleared off to the south now. And when I popped my head out of the window this morning to have a look, around about 7:30, 8 o'clock, it was just disappearing over the horizon. So we're going to have a quite a reasonable day today. You can see this high pressure is right across the whole of the UK. The weak cold front is moved off into northern France. We do have a bit of a warm front coming towards us from the west. That's not going to affect us too much today. Looking out to the south west of Iceland, there's quite a low pressure there, which would normally sweep across northern Scotland and give us lots of frontal systems. But if I run this on through the next couple of days, you can see that the high pressure blocks that. And we could be in for quite a reasonable week's weather and some good flying. And that runs on right through till Friday by the looks of it. And if I take it right through to Friday, you can see there's now high pressure up over Iceland at 10:35. That's quite a reasonably high pressure. I think the all-time high pressure with this area is about 10:58. But yeah, 10:35 is pretty high. It's quite unusual. Looking at the sat pick then, you can see as dawn approaches across the UK here, we can see there's a little bit of top cover as this front here. It's quite a weak front, moves south and leaves the southern coast to go across the channel. And we're left in quite a nice bit of air, but there's banks of fog lying around, as you've probably seen on the BBC forecast as well. Rain radar showing very little in the way of rain. You can just about make out the weak cold front there running in through the Dutch and French coast. And there's a little bit of rain in Wales on the coast, which seems to be quite stationary there. But apart from that, there's nothing to really affect us today. And if we have a look at the forecast for rain, just run that through quite quickly. You can see again the cold front moving off into Europe. And the UK left nice and clear of showers and rain. The Odium TAF is showing 360, 5 knots, greater than 10k visibility, broken at 1,000 feet, and then becoming by about 10 o'clock this morning, few at 1,200 feet. And Farnborough is 0304 knots, greater than 10k visibility, broken at 1,300 feet, becoming by 10 o'clock, few at 3,500. With a 30% chance that by 10 o'clock, 4 kilometres and light rain and drizzle. I'm not quite sure where they're getting that from, but I don't think we're going to see that. And also a 30% chance that by lunchtime, it will be broken at 1,200 feet. Spot winds then to the north of us at 1,000 feet, 040, 5 knots. To the south, 060, 10 knots. That's kind of indicating a northeasterly flow today. And if we have a look at windy around about lunchtime, that's 8 knots northeasterly. And it's going to put us on a 09 today. The local forecast confirms that wind about 6-7 knots throughout the day, quite light. Northeasterly flow. Temperatures getting up to about 18 degrees centigrade, and they're showing a bit of cumulus throughout the day. GFS are showing about 17 to 18 centigrades in this area at lunchtime, with the dew point down about 8 to 9 centigrades, so a reasonable split there. The Dave Masson forecast for today, I've just highlighted the bit here that's important. Reasonable conditions with cumulus base getting to about 4,000 feet by 2 p.m, maybe 4,500 feet by mid to late afternoon. Best areas around Lasham and the south coast. And to the north, it's more likely to be blue. The cameras on site are down at the moment, so what I've done is I've taken one from Alton, which is looking our direction, and you can see there's some shallow cumulus quite low down at the moment. That's going to improve throughout the day. SkySight are showing quite poor conditions for this area for potential flight distance, but there is going to be some soaring. But if we have a look at the spot forecast, again, they're showing very, very, very shallow Q in the morning and then going blue in the afternoon, with the thermals up to about 3,500 feet above mean sea level. Top Meteo then showing a little bit better conditions as far as cross country is concerned. And if we run the potential thermals prediction throughout the day, this is 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. It's going to be lunchtime before we get something up to about 2,000 feet, and then maybe up to about 3.5 throughout the afternoon. But again, there's showing it as going blue. So move on to NOTAMs then. There's a few in the local area. 15 to the south of us is Harting. There's going to be paragliders there. And again, it's 16 at White Wool, paragliders also. Barton Stacey is number 25 today. That's usual live firing. 26 is Rushmore. There's going to be flares this evening. That's not going to affect us. And 29 is Ash Ranges. 30 is the Uphaven telephone number change at the gliding club there. 31 Blackwater. That's again, it's going to be after dark. There's nothing to worry about there. And north of Frimley, there's going to be flares. That's from 7 p.m. onwards. And 33, the last one, is there's a rat to Virginia Water. But again, it shouldn't really affect us. It's off in the direction of the airspace. So if we move on to the airfield briefing for the day then, let's just bring up this slide. First of all, congratulations to Dax Shah on his first solo glider flight yesterday. Well done, young man. Good effort. And let's move on to the Odium cross-section then. And we can see that this front has gone through before 9 o'clock. It's all disappearing off to the south and it's brightening up. And the cumulus is forecast to rise quite rapidly to about 3,500 to 4,000 feet. They're also showing on the cross-section surface winds being northeasterly and quite light, with no significant weather throughout the day. So the instructor or booking slots for the day on the website looks something like this, which equates to K21 on the booked fly, one on the 5-day course, one on the casual list. There's a couple of K21s booked out to club members, and there may be K21 slots available in the afternoon. There's one K13 available as it stands, and there's 2 allocated to group flying. There's going to be a big group of people here flying K13s today. There's availability also on the single-seaters on 3, 4, 6, and 8, with 1 member on the casual list. The simulator is available as per normal. There are no movements planned for today. We're going to set up on runway 09 for dry operation with light northeasterly winds. There's a high pressure across the UK with a cold frontal system moving slowly away to the south and a warm front approaching from the west. Just a reminder then about buggies, seated passengers only, and also about the unusable parts of the airfield, runways 1634 or 0523 to the south of the main east-west runway are not usable, and you can see them here in the red. Okay, if you can avoid landing or taxiing across those, okay, do so, because we're getting a lot of issues with punctures and broken wheels. So launch point vehicle out on 09, winch launching to the south on the grass, club area towing off the runway. If there is a requirement for a grid today, then in the usual place on 09 grass north. And that's pretty much it for the day. I'll see you out on the airfield. Have a great day's flying. Make sure you enjoy yourselves, and please keep it safe. Thank you.